Kiss
Can
my
you kiss
son.
her twice?
I can kiss my son. Jaden, come on.
No.
Brought Yaz to Charlie, and Charlie came and got me and was like, "What you want to do?" I started writing for Yaz, like that's why it makes me mad to see what's going on with him right now. Like I can't believe what I'm watching.
Right.
I can't believe what I'm watching. Like for you to flip that way and turn like you doing gay porn and like what is?
All right, 50 Cent is clearly not backing down. After all the noise surrounding that messy situation connected to Diddy, the internet is now saying his focus may be shifting toward Will Smith, and that alone has sent social media into another spiral. People are connecting Will's name to alleged fallout involving Bryce Gray and August Alsina. And while none of this has been confirmed, the conversation keeps growing louder by the day. To be clear from the start, a lot of what's circulating right now comes from interviews, old clips, and people online trying to connect dots that were never officially connected before.
That your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it. Bilal told me everything.
They're good friend who.
Bilal told me, Jada, he told me that you knew Will was f***ing your child. Yes, he did. Wonder why he left that out of his Tasha K interview.
In that interview, he said a lot. He said a lot.
He said everything but the thing that was important. That he know that Will Smith, Jaden, he ran Sheer and he ran Meek Mills, and you know it, Bilal. Now I don't give no how far in the desert you run. You'll go from a Philly nigga to a sand, but they'll still get you.
He's Philly though, Jay. It's Philly.
You know, he Meek Milk. As far as I'm concerned, he Meek Milk. Added to the honeycomb. You got a meal.
So you believe the Dwayne Martin story that could have happened?
Of course. Everybody know that shit. Everybody knew they was just ain't nobody know Dwayne was folding him over like that, taking.
Still, the claim floating around is consistent across multiple platforms. The idea is that there was a so-called mentorship lane, and behind the scenes things allegedly became uncomfortable, leaving some younger artists emotionally and mentally affected afterward. This is where Jaguar Wright comes back into the picture. She's been talking about this type of behavior for years, long before it was popular to question powerful names. Back then, most people dismissed her completely, labeling her as bitter or unstable. But now, with more stories resurfacing, people are looking back and asking a different question. Was she actually trying to warn everyone? So what's really happening here? Is this just another case of messy internet storytelling that feeds on controversy? Or is there something deeper underneath the surface that never fully came to light?
The Dwayne dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having an with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up. Murder. Like, it was murder.
If you've been paying attention, you already know these rumors about Will Smith didn't just appear overnight. They've been circulating quietly for years, especially around claims that certain mentorship situations crossed boundaries. So, according to the online narrative, names like Bryce Gray and even Meek Mill keep getting pulled into the discussion, even if only indirectly. Jaguar Wright has said publicly that she received information from someone she claimed was close to Will at the time, his former assistant Bilal. That detail is important because Bilal had already been publicly criticizing Will long before Jaguar ever repeated those claims.
Bilal, listen, I do want to say,
Okay.
for the viewers, because we're going to rewind back, before we put out the interview, all we put out was a clip that went ultra viral.
Whew.
Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody in the world got this clip. It was trending for days on Twitter. Okay? Before the interview comes out, what shocked me is Jada is doing her book promotional for Worthy.
Yes.
She goes to the Breakfast Club and she sits down and they ask her about you, but they can't not ask. Like, it's so huge.
Right.
And to my surprise, she answers.
It's ridiculous right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're going to take legal action.
The reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded. And they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw. She did all this to try to scare me, but I fear no one but Allah. Jada, listen, in 2 weeks, if you don't sue me in 2 weeks, if Tasha K will have me, I'm back here and I'm dropping evidence. Period. You said I extorted you. You said there's a money shakedown. You said a lot of things about me. And you know that the things that you said were untrue. Let's get into a little bit more of it. Jada runs Will. Period. Me and her at war. I'm gonna put Will to the side. Will is to the side. Me and Jada, I will say this because I know you're watching. I know Karen Tense is watching.
Who's Karen Tense?
That is her PR person for years.
Okay.
Right? I know they're watching. Jada, you're a bald head liar and you're a drug addict, right?
Oh, God.
You told the world that you were going to sue me.
Ooh.
As of yet, and you said you're going to do it swift. It's been over 2 weeks. So, Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's going to happen. All the sex parties, right? And the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. You assassinate my character. You say I extort you. Well, extortion is criminal. Like I would be in.
People asking how Bryce Gray even ended up in Will's orbit in the first place. The story that keeps being repeated points to his manager, Charlie Mack. The allegation is that Charlie introduced Bryce into a mentorship environment connected to Will. And in some versions of the story, Diddy's name also appears in the background. Again, these are claims, not proven facts, but repetition is what keeps them alive online. According to the way the internet frames it, by the time that mentorship period ended, Bryce allegedly wasn't the same person anymore, mentally, emotionally, or career-wise. People describe it like something shifted, like the momentum he once had simply disappeared. Whether that's coincidence or not is still unknown, but the narrative continues to spread. Back to Jaguar Wright for a moment. One reason people didn't immediately dismiss her claims this time is because Bilal himself had already been making public comments about Will for a while. He had hinted at Will's private life, suggesting things weren't as clean as the public image suggested. So when Jaguar said Bilal was her source, some people responded with, "That actually makes sense." Things escalated further when Bilal appeared on Tasha K's platform and shared a story that instantly caused backlash online. Without getting into explicit details, Bilal claimed he walked in on a personal situation involving Will and actor Dwayne Martin. He also stated that he was still working around Will during that period. That interview spread rapidly across social media and became one of those moments people couldn't stop reposting. Shortly after, rumors started circulating that Jada Pinkett Smith was considering legal action. But instead of backing down, Bilal doubled down. He returned to Tasha K's platform and continued speaking, openly daring legal action and claiming that if he wasn't challenged, he would continue talking. He also alleged that Jada had significant control over Will's personal life, adding even more fuel to the fire. Then, he went further, bringing up rumors of alleged after-hours gatherings at Will and Jada's home. Once again, it's important to say this clearly. These are allegations based on online talk, not confirmed facts. Still, the way Bilal continued speaking without hesitation made many people online question why he wasn't backing down when lawyers were mentioned. Honestly, a lot of people fold much faster than that when legal pressure comes into play. That's exactly why the internet started looking at the situation differently.
A birthday party that I think either Matt Damien was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. It was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damien, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and Jada, and it was sitting on the other side of the room. So I know Puff so well. He stood up. When he stood up, and then he went like this, you know, like that. I went over towards him, and he said to me, he said, "Yo, I think Will and Jada is trying to scoop up Jennifer. I want you to stay close, because I'm going to snuff him." I said to myself, Will Smith gonna beat shit out you. I don't think he could.
After all the public back and forth, everything suddenly went quiet, and that silence only made people more suspicious. As for the rumors about these alleged private gatherings, the internet claims this wasn't the first time those stories had surfaced. There were older whispers suggesting tension between Will Smith and Diddy years ago, and even Jennifer Lopez's name occasionally gets pulled into that old gossip. One person frequently connected to repeating those stories is Gene Deal, a former bodyguard associated with Diddy, whose accounts are always dramatic and controversial. Again, none of that is confirmed, but people online don't always wait for confirmation. They take one rumor, stack it on top of another, and suddenly a whole pattern appears. That's how timelines get built, even when there's no hard evidence holding them together. The biggest mainstream moment that truly made the public look at Will and Jada differently, though, was the August Alsina situation. In 2020, August went public and claimed he had been involved in a relationship with Jada. He also implied that Will was aware of it. August described the situation as something that pulled him into their world and left him emotionally drained afterward. At first, Jada pushed back on those claims, but later, during Red Table Talk, she admitted that there had been a relationship, famously referring to it as an entanglement.
With Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism. Mm-hmm. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it. So much so to the point that
That single word became a cultural moment on its own and opened the door for even more scrutiny. And that's where this story pauses for now, right at the point where personal admissions, internet speculation, and long-standing rumors all collide, setting the stage for what comes next. She explained the situation by saying that she and Will were already going through serious personal issues at the time, and that she made her own decisions while they were separated. That explanation alone sent the internet into full meltdown mode. Memes flooded every platform, reaction videos popped up overnight, and the situation quickly shifted from a private admission into a full-blown cultural moment.
I wanted to feel good. Mm-hmm. It had been so long since I felt good. Right. And it was really a joy to just help him.
Then Jada went further and explained her mindset, saying she was trying to feel good again and find some sense of healing through that connection. Whether people agreed with her or not, the explanation didn't slow anything down. In fact, it did the opposite. The jokes went completely nuclear, and what might have stayed a contained discussion turned into non-stop commentary. That's exactly where 50 Cent stepped in, doing what he does best. Instead of staying on the sidelines, 50 decided to stir the pot. He jumped straight into Will's DMs and later posted the exchange publicly like it was nothing. On the surface, he tried to frame it as concern, almost like he was checking in on Will, but the tone felt different to most people watching. The message came off more like, "Yo bro, why did she put all of that out there on TV?" Will's response was calm and direct. He basically said they were separated at the time, she did her thing and he did his. No drama, no extra explanation, just a straightforward answer. But 50 didn't stop there. He kept poking, kept joking, kept clowning the situation publicly. Let's be honest, posting that private conversation wasn't about concern. It was straight up trolling.
In that particular circumstances, myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably.
Yeah.
And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homo. That I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with you.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship.
And once that DM screenshot hit the timeline, a lot of people felt like the situation suddenly got bigger than it already was. For many viewers, that moment flipped a switch. It made people feel like there was more going on behind the scenes than what had been admitted publicly. And from there, the commentary started getting darker. Some people began speculating about powerful circles, claiming that certain environments bring people in, take what they need, and then discard them once they're done. That's heavy talk, and it's important to say clearly that most of it is speculation. But speculation spreads fast, especially when familiar names like Diddy, Will, Jada, and younger artists keep getting mentioned in the same conversations. Once that happens, the narrative starts moving on its own. As expected, the comment sections went completely left. Some people started saying Will and Jada operate on the same type of timing as Diddy. Others began digging up old clips, old interviews, and old moments, analyzing body language and reading into interactions that might not have meant anything at the time. And that's where things get tricky, because the internet has a way of turning "I feel like" into "this is confirmed" almost instantly. Context gets lost, timelines get blurred, and speculation starts to feel like fact if it's repeated enough times. So now the real question becomes this: do you think 50 Cent is genuinely exposing something that people haven't wanted to talk about? Or is he just being messy, adding fuel to an already chaotic situation because he knows exactly how the internet reacts? And just as important, do you think Will Smith is about to get pulled into the same kind of public storm that's been surrounding Diddy? Because no matter how much people try to separate these conversations, the internet keeps linking them together. Now it's on you. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let us know how you see it. And if you rock with this kind of deep dive breakdown, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. We keep it real, we keep it sharp, and we stay on top of every twist as the story continues.